Execute Order 66. I just finished my very first Star Wars novels, that is the Dark Lord trilogy. These three books take place before, during, and after the events of Episode 3. Let's get into my honest review. When it comes to movies versus books, the best thing a book can do is add a lot of depth, and you get a lot more time with the characters, and you get a lot more understanding of how certain plot points fit together and how the overall universe meshes together. And of course, that does mean you get a more impactful ending. However, there is a major difference between a book that gets adapted into a movie versus a movie that is then novelized, like you get in Revenge of the Sith here. And for me, that actually has a very big deal to do with how much I enjoyed this series. While I did enjoy books 1 and 3, and of course 2 in here, what I felt were the best parts of these books really were just recaps of the movie. However, I did really enjoy the layers of depth that you get, especially in the third book in this, which you get to see a lot of the early years of Darth Vader and a lot of the thoughts of Anakin Skywalker as he's trapped in this suit. And it's just so cool. And while that is no longer canon, it does add a lot to the story, which is why I think it's worth reading. But I think as a book, it doesn't really work for me so well. I think the pacing is a little bit off. A lot of the levels of detail that get added in here, while they are no longer canon, like I've mentioned, they are very good, but I don't know. I have a real big problem just reading a book that no longer matters in the overall universe. And so I do think this is a really good place to start in the Star Wars universe, but I don't think this is an absolute must read. This is a very entertaining read. If you're a huge Star Wars nerd fan, then go ahead and read it. The overall series, I would give this a 4. The best one is definitely the Revenge of the Sith novelization. You can kind of skip the first one, the third one as well. The third one is kind of cool because you see some of the inspirations and some of the new canon pieces like the Bad Batch, but overall, I would say this is a very fun read, but not a very engaging read. So I would say 4 stars overall for the series.